Namaskar friends, we are back to our Lifeline Orations program. Of course, after a little more gap. I hope in the meantime you have heard all the orations I have delivered so far, especially the orations involving the Rigvedic hymns. Today, before I start the fourth phase of this oration, making this one the introductory for the fourth, I think I should recap what I have said. First phase was man's love of life versus fear of death. In the second phase, it was dignity of a man, man's sentiment of self-respect, forming the core of individual dignity. In the third phase, I state, this sentiment is of spiritual nature. To justify that, I cited certain verses from the Rigveda concerning the origin of life of living beings. God wanted to let the rishis, saints, know who created life. He himself revealed that he first formed a lump of flesh, blood and bones and then entered into it simultaneously as the life force, Atma. And to another set of questions, how he posits himself inside man. He said, two birds came together to dwell in a tree. One bird went on eating the fruits, sweet fruits, another kept him watching. This in the parallel of spiritualism, this tree is the human body. The active soul eats the fruits, means does actions and enjoys its fruits. The super soul is just the observer. This is the theme of these Rigvedic verses I have cited. And from what God said about himself, about his creation, the implications are, first, God is present as the living soul in every living creature. So every living creature should be adored, regarded as God in flesh and blood. Secondly, God said he was present everywhere in his creation. Thirdly, he said he maintains, sustains and provides nutrition to creation just as a mother to her baby inside the womb. So far as his presence inside man, this is unique to man. In no other creature he dwells as a super soul. It is because of this existence that man is endowed with consciousness. Consciousness is originally religious. In the Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna and Arjuna are talking just before the war. Arjuna is praying the Lord to let him know everything good a devotee should know. Karpanya dosa pahata svabha prusamitvang dharma sammudha chetaha. Supreme consciousness of all religions, as what he addresses Sri Krishna, the Lord. So, presence of the super soul and endowment of the faculty of consciousness, along with the mind, knowledge, all things, the entire corpus of what is called intellectual. So, man consists of both intellectual as well as spiritual elements. Now, what is expected of man? What is expected of man by this principle? That man should take every other life, especially human life, as so much sacred that if under his very nose some life is in danger, he should come forward and rescue that life, even at the cost of his life. There will be no harm if he is killed, because it will be his religious duty to save a creature, because that creature carries God in him. Of course, one need not imperil his life, because his life also is God. God is also inside him. But he should try religiously to rescue a living creature from the death caused by another creature. This is the basic principle. Some great religious thinkers say man has a duty towards creation. Otherwise, God could not have resided in him as a super soul, and God could not have endowed him with consciousness of the mental faculty. Two faculties join in him. Why? Because he has a duty to creation. But except a very few persons who are saints, yogis, we common men, including me, I am admitting, we cannot, with that intent and religiosity, guard the life of a creature who is going to be devoured. For example, in your eye, under your eyes, a snake is devouring a frog. How many of us will go to save the frog? To us, it will rather come. This is a nature. One creature will be the food of another creature. So let nature operate. Let us not interfere. We will think like this. Let nature operate in its course. But I am seeing it. What is my duty? I should not ignore this. Let me remind you, friends, that a Guru Upanishad story. Guru called a disciple and gave him a dove and directed him, go and take it to such a place and wring its neck so that nobody can see this. Nobody can see you are doing this. The disciple took, just on the verge of wringing its neck, something happened to his mind. He came back and sobbed before the Guru saying, sir, I am unable to do it because I am myself seeing it. If someone is very conscious of the existence of super soul in him, he cannot do bad, cannot do anything bad, because to him it will occur that everything he does is seen by something inside him, someone inside him. This is the real source of man's morality. And if this is ignored, morality cannot be sustained for long. There will be several pretexts to deviate from the paths of morality. So friends, why should we be unable to fully go by the expectations from us by the Rig Veda? The reason of it is because we are a part of the species called human beings, and we have evolved along a different line from what contemplated by the Rig Veda. Friends, I would again request you to hear these orations involving the Rig Veda, so that when you hear the subsequent orations, it will appear to you as if I am drawing a painting on a mosaic canvas. That will be a complete setup. On a white thing, there will be black and red contrast. So with this, I close today's oration. From the next oration, I will talk on man. Thank you.